Aquí, cosa de otro tomo. Ay, otro.
Ooh, they're putting up a new fence.
Hey, how y'all doing? So it's like 7 p.m. I don't think any trains are coming. And it's like 90 degrees, man. It's been 100 degrees down here. And to top it off, it's like springtime down here. And there's pollen. Just the blooms are out, man. So if you have allergies, which I do, you're gonna suffer. So yeah, I have to take a little like allergy medicine and an inhaler. Sometimes my allergies get pretty severe. But anyhow, so you know that movie that got released by the Sousa guy? You know, he mentioned in it that that their investigation led to the findings of nonprofit organizations aiding in payment of that. And you know, and this is a reoccurring theme because in the process of like researching this, and I don't know if I don't think I took any videos of this. I might have screenshot some of this, but I guess it's also the anniversary of the Boston Marathon. I can't remember if it was this time of year or what. Bombing. And there's quite a bit of evidence, according to this one source that I saw, that that actors gathered around the explosion or the pyrotechnics. Little Sky, she's getting a little more verbal. You know, they ended up like putting, you know, they recruited all kinds of people for this, and they ended up putting all kinds of stuff on there, and pants were like ripped open, like, you know, and so faking this stuff and doing this treachery and this deceitfulness, we know it happens, but did any of us really go back to the, you know, did we really think that it was back all the way back to the bombing, the marathon bombing? Some people say 9/11 was. So, you know, there's apparently some manipulation going on, but my point in bringing it up is that these things need to be funded, and it looks like a lot of it's funded through nonprofit organizations, so the money can't be traced to any treachery, and it funds this sort of stuff, which is crazy. So I'm thinking twice about where I give my money. But this first video that I'm going to look at is Oscar De La Hoya, who's now a boxing manager or promoter. He put out a welcome, or he wanted to get an invitation to Canelo Alvarez. He moved up to light heavyweight. This will be his 5th weight class that he's going for a championship in. And not that he can't do it, but light heavyweight division, he's got his task cut out for him, because but De La Hoya sent out an invitation, and he was talking about this guy Bivol, who was from Kazakhstan, and he said, I hope that him being Russian, that he can make the fight, because he's training over there in Russia. So that kind of struck me as kind of like some intelligence, you know? it is stuff going on that's really going on. And then I'll post something else about this. Oh, he's a Russian ambassador. But I found all this stuff pretty interesting.
Oscar, we didn't get your take on Canelo's upcoming fight with Bivol. I know we spoke about what he should do next about a week ago, but what do you think about this matchup stylistically out of the full 175?
I love the matchup. I love the fact that he chose him. He's a dangerous guy. I just hope that that the U.S. allows him into our country because he is from Russia. He's training in Russia, so I sure hope that he can fly over and that fight happens.
Yeah. Speaking about that fight, it was offered that Charlo Benavidez or Bivol Gigi. Which route would you think he should have took? You think he took the right route?
I think he took either route. Is great. I think as long as he fights everybody, it's great for boxing. But now that I think about it, it does worry me that Bivol being Russian, can he get into the States? That's going to be the problem.
His training camp did kick off in Uzbekistan.
What's that?
His training camp kicked off in Uzbekistan, so he might be able to go around. But aside from Bivol, what challenge does he present for Canelo? Can he pull it off? Can he beat Canelo? Can he beat it?
I really haven't studied Bivol too much, but I'm actually excited that that fight is taking place. Bivol is one of the dangerous ones, and so either fight with Charlo, with all the rest of the guys.
People continue to cry about Roe versus Wade without really looking into it.
Abortion is violent. Abortion is violent. Abortion is violent. Abortion is violent. Abortion is murder. Abortion is murder. Abortion is murder. You're being oppressed by the patriarchy.
Guys, I guess he's a representative or senator. I can't remember. Young guy, but I can't remember his name or his title. But he's questioning the DHS over immigration, and finally this truth lady who does viral videos on TikTok. That's her only qualification. It's kind of funny, dude. I mean, everything's just freaking silly as shit. So we're down to about 30% approval for the Biden administration, and my understanding is that 20%. The military can get involved, but that's just hearsay.
You started to say yes, but then you just
No,
turned. Is that a yes, or is that's a maybe? I'll get back to you later.
Senator, I owe openness and transparency with this committee, and we will produce the documents that you have requested unless there's a legal prohibition from us doing so. Unless there's
Thank you. Thank you.
If I could just conclude, Mr. Chairman, here's the last thing I'll say on this, Mr. Secretary. We have 2 million unauthorized migrants who crossed the border last year during the calendar year. We have 245,390 illegal crossings just this year in the Rio Grande Valley. And your priority is setting up a board and hiring someone who has gone to TikTok to talk about stopping speech she doesn't like, who has mocked voters, supporters of the last president. That has been your priority. To say that your priorities are misplaced, I think, is a dramatic understatement. And the time has come, I think, Mr. Secretary.
Dear Republicans in office, when the fuck are you all going to do something about the corruption of the Democrats? Asking for our country.
Some stuff about what's going on in China, about how they handle people that are contaminated. Silly. There's a guy who decided to go in and play a stupid game at a gun range and winning a stupid prize. All right, check it out.
A handgun that belonged to one of the students. The owner of the bag was able to prevent the gun from being stolen, and Mr. Payton was escorted out of the classroom at that time. An employee spoke to Mr. Payton for several minutes trying to figure out what he was doing in the gun range. A short time later, another employee called police to report the attempted grand larceny. 3 employees escorted Mr. Payton outside of the business and waited for officers to arrive. Officer Wynn and his partner instructed Mr. Payton to stand in front of their patrol vehicle. Mr. Payton ignored those instructions and started to walk away while hiding his right hand in his jacket pocket. Officers attempted to grab Mr. Payton, but he pulled away and still refused to listen to the officers. Officers attempted to grab Mr. Payton by his arms once again to gain control of him. This time, Mr. Payton pulled away and produced a screwdriver from his pocket and violently attacked the officers. Mr. Payton made several overhand strikes with the screwdriver towards one of the officers' head and neck area. Mr. Payton was able to stab one officer during his violent attack. As the injured officer fell to the ground, Officer Wynn and 3 employees of the business discharged their firearms, striking Mr. Payton. Officers immediately summoned medical personnel, but Mr. Payton succumbed to his injuries at the scene.
I'm going to go ahead and cut it off after this one, but my nephew, we had a birthday party for him at the house, and I tried out his slide. All right.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Dana, you gotta go, Mama. Here we go. I'm gonna mow you down. Go, Ellie.
Hey, I guess go ahead and I guess I'll just say it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Have a good night.